The question from Davos asks, what is the moral scope of a capitalistic system and the ethical values of business leaders? Should they have a code of conduct, and what should be in it? First, capitalism's essential nature has been defined as social harmony through the pursuit of self-interest. Under capitalism, the individual's pursuit of his own economic self-interest simultaneously benefits the economic self-interests of all others. Aside from the fact that a statement such as social harmony through the pursuit of self-interest is fundamentally contradictory, it does highlight that capitalism, as a system, exists to create social harmony. We don't serve capitalism. Capitalism is there to best serve us. That is why it makes sense that there is a social code that underlies corporate actions. Detractors argue that a code of conduct will be harmful. Bruce Sewell of Intel fears that a code is, quote, likely to have an inhibiting effect on the entrepreneurship that we want to encourage among CEOs. It seems like we simply have agreed that this statement is fact. Of course, one must reject the notion that entrepreneurship is always good. Deregulation allowed American financiers to become superb at creating new financial vehicles during the first decade of the new millennium, and that certainly ended poorly. Mr. Sewell's argument centers on an unknown and can be difficult to debate. It is true that no one can predict future entrepreneurship or how it may be affected. But what we can predict, what happens without a code of ethics, is easy. For example, we know about the environmental havoc that the extraction industries can create. We know about the damaging pollution that industrial production can release in the airs and rivers. We know what happens to workers in an unregulated work site, and we know who benefits from abject poverty. And finally, we know what happens when corporate payoffs create corrupt governments. These are the conditions that a corporate code of ethics must address and to which CEOs should be held accountable. How is being concerned about these issues going to affect entrepreneurship anyway? Does Mr. Sewell offer an example of where someone had an unfulfilled, great idea because a living wage made it impossible? How, for example, do the obligations from the draft UN norms on the responsibilities for transnational corporations interfere with new methods, ideas, or products associated with free enterprise? I find it interesting that in this one area of human existence, there is debate about the need for an ethical standard or to hold leaders accountable for their actions. Is there any other place where we accept such a notion? Oh yeah, there is one.